This was the moment that sparked a fierce response from Ian McGrail. While reflecting on some of the challenges over the past decade, arriving at 2020, the Chief Minister said first there was COVID and then there was this.
In May of that year, the principal law officer of Gibraltar, the Commissioner of Police, came into my office and lied to my face. Not an easy year. Not an easy year.
Ian McGrail says the baseless and defamatory assertion that he lied to the Chief Minister has been rigorously challenged and publicly refuted under forensic scrutiny during the inquiry. He states the findings of that inquiry are pending, and yet Mr Picardo persists in seeking to tarnish his integrity. Ian McGrail claims Fabian Picardo's repeated attempts to undermine his reputation betray a pattern of conduct that is entirely unbecoming of a minister. Mr Picardo, he says, has shown a troubling willingness to mislead the people of Gibraltar for political expediency. Speaking through his lawyer Charles Gomez, Ian McGrail says GibTalks is modelled on the internationally renowned TED Talks, a forum that demands intellectual honesty, curiosity and respect in discourse. Instead of adhering to these principles, he claims Mr Picardo abused the privilege afforded to him, using it not to enlighten or to inspire, but to launch yet another spiteful and unsubstantiated attack on a man whose reputation remains under the careful and impartial scrutiny of the inquiry. Ian McGrail believes Mr Picardo's actions have again revealed the gulf in integrity that separate them. Replying in a statement yesterday evening, Mr Picardo claims it's clear Mr McGrail continues to think that he's beyond reproach, that no one can have an opinion that is contrary to his, and that no one can criticise him without fear of being condemned by him. He adds this condemnation is entirely irrelevant to him and to his clear recollection of his deception. Luckily, he says, Mr McGrail is no longer empowered to do anything other than make statements. The Chief Minister adds he will continue to repeat that Mr McGrail lied to him because that is what he genuinely believes and will not be prevented from doing so by any condemnation rolled out by Mr McGrail and what he terms his taxpayer-funded lawyers. Fabian Picardo concludes that in his GibTalk he was referring personally on what happened to him in the past 10 years. He adds Mr McGrail's bit part in that is only anecdotally relevant, but not hugely important in the context of the events in his most recent decade in government.